Welcome to episode 8 of Ramblings and Randomness with Roth
and Romelio.
He's Roth.
He's Romelio.
And today we will be discussing my favorite video game, Destiny 2.
Wait, I thought you just wanted to show the figures off.
Well, then we're discussing Destiny 2. Season of Opulence started last week.
What? Is that a shooter game?
Destiny 2. Welcome to R&R with B&B. Big Mel and Buddha. He's Buddha.
Oh, that Big Mel, I guess. Really?
I mean, it's the only way you can make it match.
I don't want to just...
You're Buddha. That's
not
Buddha. That's
Roth.
normally our guy
That's
behind the camera. It's not Roth. Roth is now our man in the chair. Say hi, Roth.
Hi, Roth.
Today we will be discussing D2. Roth doesn't play video games. D2. Destiny 2.
I play Marvel Strike Force.
What is that? Oh, that's the mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my Defender Squad.
We played Destiny 2.
A little bit.
We'll start with what got us into Destiny. I'll answer first because it's very easy for me. Buddha.
After about a year of incessantly bothering the man, and then he's like, "Oh my god,
This game is awesome."
Like, yeah, I've been telling you about this for a year. I knew you would like it.
So I have this really bad habit that I like to find things on my own, and if somebody recommends something to me, I might check it out. If I don't, and they continue to harp on me, I'll make it a point not to.
I feel that.
But so after finally trying Destiny, I fell in love, and Buddha and a few of our other friends took me through and showed me how to do things, and I fell in love with the game. So when D2 came out, I was fully prepared, and
Me? What got me into Destiny was just knowing like who was making it. It was Bungie. It was like, they made Halo. I loved Halo.
I loved Halo.
Which also got him into, and I told him, Halo and Borderlands, like, it's kind of sort of the baby of the two. And you still, you love both those games, but then you don't even, come on.
I do love those
I was
games.
just like, it was an E3. So, it was E3 when I just, like, I saw their video. I'm like, I wonder what Bungie's doing. Yeah. I mean, in some ways, I probably should have never watched that video. In some ways, it's awesome. Yeah, because that's what started me, and I played the beta as soon as it came out and played it on release because I'm a loser. Yeah.
We're losers together. So, Destiny 2 is the sequel to the 2014 game. Picks up pretty much right where the original left off. Actually, we go through it in the beginning. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, we go through it in the beginning. But with D2, a lot of things changed. The game that we started with in D2 is not the game we play now. It's completely different.
For anyone who doesn't even know the world, though, we should probably go the basic premise of it. Like, the idea is that, like, long ago, like, it's not even really told in the game at all. Like, they haven't specified amount of years, but it's assumed centuries have passed since what was the humanity's golden age. And that was brought upon whenever something popped up on Mars. We're like, what the crap's that on Mars?
It's the
It
Traveler!
was a big old white ball. And he didn't speak at all, but suddenly decided to grant humanity with all this technological splendor and created a golden age. tripled every human's lifespan, not even the people that had powers, just regular people. So they were living forever. They were living great. Until the Traveler's ancient enemy comes.
The darkness.
Yeah. It's light versus dark.
Every time I heard that, I think Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy, darkness!
You're not the only one that jokes about it.
Right.
People have made videos.
D3, oh, God rest his soul. Charlie Murphy died for God. So they should have D3 be the voice of the Traveler. Or the darkness. But yeah, so the darkness comes chasing out the Traveler, like, oh, I won't put hands on you, homie. And so they have this clash of power. The Outer Rim?
It's like the Outer Rim is where it's not even like fully specified if they went out there themselves or whatever, but it's kind of where their energies meet.
Mm-hmm.
And that created an entire different subsect of humanity called the Awoken.
This blue guy right here, Zavala, is an Awoken.
Yeah.
You don't know how long it took us to get those to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know.
the Awoken are created. In response to the darkness arriving, also he was followed by what? The Fallen, the Hive.
The Traveler was technically followed by the Fallen. The Fallen used to. There's four different species that we fight later on. We don't even know exactly what happens in this whole little area because it's well before the game actually starts, and a lot of the information from the game is kind of told through lore, like actually just like details on the armor pieces that are just full stories and everything. There's a whole lot more to the story than what is on the surface.
The Guardians, which we play, which are beings granted with a portion of the Traveler's light is his power. This gives us special abilities and helps us in our fight against the four enemies he was talking about, which are the Fallen, the Hive, the Taken, and the Cabal. Oh, there's five. So that's
Yeah, there's five. The Taken are
and the Hive
kinda,
are
sort of
the
it's a weird thing. No.
The Taken are the Hive if they went Super Saiyan. A lot of armor sets, different types of weapons, and a lot of activities in the game. So the Season of Opulence, and again, seasons are like kind of how Bungie does their time between DLCs. So Season of Opulence just started, which introduced a new game type for us called the Menagerie, which is a 6-player, oh my god, badass game type.
With Crazy Callus.
Crazy Callus. Callus is like that uncle who's always trying to get you high and you let him.
You don't even know the extent of the crazy.
I don't. Buddha is all deep into the lore. I can't do that anymore. I got 4 kids. I can't get lost into...
I forgot, how many kids do you have?
4 kids.
He runs an entire empire. And they're a very, very strong military. Like one of the lines from the game is like they blow up planets just for getting in their way. They're that kind of people, and he's leading them with that amount of power, and he's lost his mind.
So that is what we're dealing with the Season of Opulence. Thanks for bringing me up to speed, because I didn't know. Now I'm scared. Cobra. Oh, there we go. Okay, so in Destiny 2, you have your player character. You can be one of 3 character types. You need to be classes. Thank you. Titan, Hunter, or Warlock. Titans are more of the big, strong tanks. Warlocks are more of the
Master Race. Obviously, I play a Warlock.
Warlocks are more of the buddy and the buddy cop trope.
No, like lore wise, if you would go with Titans are defenders of the city. That's what they do. They're designed. They're defenders of humanity. They are the fighters. They want to fight. The Warlocks, they read, and they want to learn how to use the light better to be able to defend humanity too and everything.
Hunters,
scholars, hunters.
If you can't get from the name, we hunt.
they're scouts.
We hunt.
I mean, they do hunt, obviously, because that's like the end result of what they do when they're scouting. But they go out on their own in the wilderness
And get shit done, homie.
and like, oh look, this guy has been like slaughtering this village for a few weeks. Let's go and just deal with him, and that's what they do.
Hunter mercenaries. My favorite. I play a hunter. Buddha, or I main a hunter. I have a warlock and a titan, but I main a hunter. And my favorite, of course, is fire knives, as I call them. It's called blade barrage, but it gives fire knives you can throw at people. What's your favorite? Is it Chaos Reach?
No.
Tickle Fingers?
Right now, it's Tickle Fingers because of what they've done. Like it has for the most part. Like I'm Void Walker.
Did you say Tickle Fingers?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Stormcaller super.
Stormcaller.
He goes Palpatine
Palpatine. Magic Palpatine
with electricity.
with electricity.
And it just somehow the community decided it was called Tickle Fingers, and everyone is with it. Well, not like there's other names for it as well. There's other names.
It's
for
called
everything.
also Palpatine. Somebody
Yeah.
said going Palpatine. I'm Sith Lord.
But for the most part, like I would say Void Walker has been my favorite class
So the
throughout all of
or just the
Destiny.
Void Bomb.
The Void Bombs.
The Void Bombs are dope.
Like I've always been like
Mine's Chaos Reach on a Warlock, and I call it Man because that's what it looks like. Damn it, I call her one more time and you're going down.
Man, Hunters. I like Tether more than Blades.
Tether's useful. So, with that, you also get 3 weapons you can carry. A primary weapon, which is, as it says, your main weapon. A secondary energy weapon, which shoots an element, or it's your backup weapon. And a heavy weapon, which, as it says, is more destructive than the other 2. Power. So, let's do our favorite weapon. I know mine off the top.
Just on Destiny 2.
Yeah, we're focusing on Destiny 2 right now. My favorite is the exotic bow, Le Monarch. Post dope. When you hit an enemy with it at a critical shot, it poison cloud around them, and it hits them for so much damage per second until the poison cloud dissipates.
Yeah, it's a damage over time thing.
Yeah, but it's pretty dope because you hit enough of them. There's a group of enemies, you hit all of them, you end up killing the enemy with just a poison cloud alone. Put a picture of it up right here. Roth, I'll send you all this so you know exactly what we're talking about.
Not that he will, even after.
I
we
will.
could give
I will
him
remember.
all the information, and he would not have an idea what we're talking about.
So what's your favorite weapon?
You're not going to believe it, but I come off like a Titan because what is, to me, the most fun to use, although it's not the most effective all the time, fighting line.
Really?
I love it. Like, just being able to just grenade launch. And right now, grenade launches are pretty good, so it actually destroys. Like, the perks are just, rather than most grenade
Fight
launchers
line.
are heavy weapons, this one uses primary ammo, which means you always have grenades you can shoot all the time. Basically, you kill stuff, and you can kill stuff quicker because of it. And it's just fun because it's like a grenade launcher that you just chuck into groups of enemies and you can take out multiples.
Right.
It's fun.
So those are our favorite weapons in the game. There's
Because he has kids to run it with.
yes, I do. All my family plays Destiny 2, except for my youngest, Kamizi. My wife plays it. My 2 oldest boys play it. Buddha plays it. Like, we have our own raid team if we want it. So now we're going to talk about what to expect if you decide to play Destiny. First thing is it comes.
Get shot a lot.
Yes.
And die.
Yes.
But don't worry, your ghost can bring you back. But you can play it on every platform.
The additional thing is now they're adding cross saves. So if you have, if you know anyone that plays it on any certain console, but you don't have that console, you can start up. Or if you've already started and then you do get that console later on the line, you can move your character from one console to another. You can put it in any platform whatsoever. You can play it wherever.
Which is quite amazing because it helps. It's bridging the gap that there is right now between consoles. So right now it's cross-saving. Pretty soon it'll be cross-platforming to where even though you may play on PS4 and I'm on Xbox One, we can play with each other still. So that's a great step in that direction. that I'm really looking forward to.
And they had to get rid of exclusives for that. So
Right.
you heard about PS4 exclusives and blah blah. Like every game, like there was platform exclusives, and those are really getting phased out in general. But finally, are getting phased out.
Hey, Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out on the Switch.
Well, I mean, you have certain platform exclusives like that, but what I'm meaning is like
Game exclusives.
game that comes out on all 3 platforms, but they have a special thing with this guy. You get special content. In the case of Destiny, it was usually like a gun and a strike and a crucible map and like a piece of a set of armor. Nothing really that significant,
Right.
but enough to where it would obviously
Kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth.
it would obviously prevent you from being able to do the cross save stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would have to be like, oh, you can use this weapon on this console, but not on this console.
Right.
And the other big step they're taking to make it more open to general audiences and everything is they're going free to play. The details on that are exactly, it's free to play for the year 1 content. So you'll be able to get whatever was in the vanilla game, the first 2 expansions. You will be able to access every area that is in the game. At all, even if you don't own that content. So the stuff that came out with Forsaken, that came out with the annual pass, and the new expansion they announced, Shadowkeep, you'll be able to access at least the patrol areas for that place. So that it allows you to kind of sort of continue to play with your friends and then give you an idea of like, hey, I kind of like what's going on here. I want to get a little deeper. And that little portion is starting an entire different model with how they're doing it. Bungie is now, they used to be with Activision, and
Boo!
they split off from Activision now.
Yay!
They're publishing their own game, so they're able to have a little more control over it. Shadowkeep is the start of when this happens. The free-to-play version of the game is going to go Destiny 2 New Light, I believe. And that launches the same day that Shadowkeep will, and it's September 17th?
17th.
What do you mean
Happy
by
birthday,
free to
babe.
play?
So free to play means that
You download it?
you download it, you play it.
No
You don't
money.
have to pay for anything.
You don't even have to pay for the initial copy.
No.
No.
So what we're saying is Destiny 2's been out for 2 years now.
Yes.
And the first year, so everything from Destiny 2 at launch up until Forsaken, which was the big DLC at the end of year 1, is free to play.
Not Forsaken. Not including Forsaken.
Not including Forsaken. So everything but Forsaken is free.
But you can still go everywhere that there is. It's weird.
Right. And then after Forsaken, it will be at a reduced price. If you want to play it, you'll have to purchase it. And then the new one coming out this September, Shadowkeep, you'll have to
I
pay.
believe it's either $30 or $40 for Forsaken plus the annual pass is what they're going down to.
What's
Which-
the annual pass?
It's for those little downloadable snippets we're talking about.
I'm going to explain that in a little more detail because it's going into what Shadowkeep is. Like Shadowkeep, the moon's haunted.
Pretty much what it is. The moon's haunted with everything we've beaten in the past,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yes. We're going back to the moon. They're the patrol area from Destiny 1. They're reusing that patrol area, but doubling the size of it. Don't know how that's working. Plus, it gets changed a little bit because it's been years since we've been there and some stuff has happened. Eris unleashed
Shit's
some
gone
stuff.
down.
Eris is a spooky little character. Like, her fire team went to go kill this hive god, and they all got stuck. And only her and one other person from the fire team survived, although you could argue Toland is dead.
He's just a ball of light now.
Yeah, in the Ascendant realm, which it's really, really complicated.
Hold
It's
on,
like,
pause. So look,
I heard wah 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 wah.
that's why I stopped him. So here's what you need to know. If you want to know these things, the best bet for you to do is to read the lore or play the game.
there is like a website. It's like I could actually just look more.
We'll link the website in the video description below. That way, if you're curious, you can go check it out. We're not going to spend all day explaining the entire game to you because again, there is so much we can't do.
What are your all's thoughts? I've seen a lot of people, and I remember you all initially were this way, but it seems to have changed. But I see a lot of people don't play or complain because they don't like it as much as Destiny 1.
When Forsaken released, they kind of the biggest issues with it was like in year 1 of Destiny, like you had to use primary. It's basically like a primary, and then like your heavy weapons were shotguns and fusion rifles and all that. They changed the system to where basically your weapons were in general less powerful than what they were in Destiny 1. Which changed the whole feel of the game and kind of screwed up. In Forsaken, they're like, whoops, and went back, basically, but made the system actually a little bit better because they tweaked it a little bit.
And not only that, there was also not a lot of content. So when I started playing Destiny 1, everything had been released. I got the full game, unlike someone like Buddha who played it from the beginning when it was bare knuckles, and they started building on it. So we had 2 different experiences with that game. So at the end of what I played as D1, going into D2, I flew through the content. And then I was just like, okay, I guess I'll run this raid 50 times. And then it became stagnant. So
it builds over time. And
right.
Like Shadowkeep, they're releasing that. And what also is going on with Shadowkeep is after that they're having another annual pass, which is now what I'm getting to. Like annual pass, they're small mini they're small mini DLCs that are kind of add to the game in some way. Like Bungie, like the way they kind of seem to explain it during the reveal is that what they're going to do with the idea for them in the future is these are going to like take an aspect of the game and expand upon it. Like season 8.
Oh, maybe he should fall. I'm sorry.
season 8, which is the season directly after Shadowkeep, the first one of it, or maybe season 9, whatever. It's going to be a PvP focused season.
That's not good.
They're going to expand on it. But if you don't like PvP, like the way they're changing the model now is that everyone will still be able to play together, be able to play this content or that content, but if you don't like the content for this season, or you don't like this DLC, or you don't like that DLC, you can just skip it and wait till the next season until there's something more interesting for you, and you can just hop right back in. Everything is going to be standalone now. That's why they went to the free-to-play model, so that people will have this base to build off of, and all those characters, they're at the end of your campaign and everything, you're going to be 750, which is the current light level, and that will put you on par for Shadowkeep. And I imagine what they're going to continue to do in the future is there's going to be little bounties or something that'll get you up to the correct power for the DLC so that you can continue to play with your friends if you have not played for a season. If you chose not to because it was PvP and you hate PvP because people playing... I hate all the sweaty tryhards.
They're sweaty, man.
They are so sweaty. Ooh.
But
I'm just garbage. That's all it really is.
No, we're pretty good, dude. It's just there's some sweats in there.
It's if you are contemplating playing this game at all, now is the time to do it. Because it's going free to play. You will get September is the time to do it.
Yeah, I feel like I should wait.
It'll be free, and then you can play all that. And you can see if you really want to get into it, and then you can just buy the new season content. And you can buy the big DLC without buying the seasons, or if you trust Bungie, which I'm going to just pay. It's like $60 for that plus 4 seasons. The big DLC plus 4 seasons, like it's the price of a full game, but you're getting like a year's worth of content.
On top of everything that's already there. Like my biggest problem with Destiny right now is I feel overwhelmed.
And a lot of what they're doing while they're going free to play and they're guiding people, and it's like they're saying there's going to be a lot more of a guided experience to lead you to the end, to lead you where you're supposed to go, because they want to make the game more accessible, but at the same time make it deeper for people who played. Like Destiny 1, they had stats that are discipline, intellect, strength. They would affect your class abilities. Like you had grenade, a melee ability, and your super ability, and they would reduce the cooldowns. Those are coming back in armor. In addition to the current stats that are on armor. what they're doing is making it on the surface very accessible to the general audience, but they're making it deep for the hardcore players. And like,
I just got goosies.
If you enjoy RPGs,
is that what you were telling me outside? So you're gonna?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's exciting.
And with them doing it, like basically, if people are asking for transmogrification, which if you play any sort of like MMORPG, you would know it's like you take this armor, like, oh, I love the look of this, but I want these stats on this armor. Well, you can have the look of that armor while having the stats of the other armor. And Destiny is doing that, but they're doing it a little bit better.
I can care about my armor now?
Yes, and you can have the good stats.
I can be fly and a badass?
You don't have to wait for the perfect roll anymore, because you might be able to add this stat here, this stat here, this stat here. It's like, it's a whole lot of stuff.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. Y'all don't understand what this is about to say booted is. Y'all know what my stats are right now?
Dude.
7, 5, 1. Y'all know what that means. That means my mobility is 7. It means nothing.
Your strafe speed is quicker with mobility.
Yeah, I can go faster.
Ooh.
My recovery
resilience is how much damage you can take. Recovery is how quickly you heal from said damage. Those are obviously more important stats for PvE-oriented players like me and you.
Oh, by the way, these are the Vanguard. They are the characters from D2. They are the leaders of the...
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, there is 2 now. This guy was originally part of it.
Yes, but he died.
He got killed.
Oh, God, they're all dead.
He got killed. There's a whole lot going on with that, too. There's a power vacuum, all this other crazy stuff.
His foot's off. There you go. Stop twisting your feet.
Like,
come on,
you can enjoy the game at a base standpoint and then deeper into it. And I love it. I love Destiny because it's like there's a certain whatever thing I need that day. Destiny can almost whatever thing I need out of a game that day. Destiny can almost always satisfy that itch.
There's exactly
such variety.
I'll give you a perfect example. Today, I was sitting upstairs with my mom, and I was bored. I just wanted to do something. And so I'll go downstairs, turn on TV, hop into Destiny, and I run a couple strikes. And that's all I needed. And then I was like, oh, while I'm here, I can do this. And oh, I can also do this. And I ended up completing something that I wasn't even intending to complete because the game is so versatile and there's so much to do that by doing one thing, it can lead you to 2 or 3 others. Things that you didn't think you were capable of. I remember when I was playing D1 and, Buddha's like, oh, have you done this quest yet? And I'm like, no way, dude. There's so much to do there, and I don't think I'm good enough. He's like, well, just check it out, see. He's like, help me through it. And then I go check, and I've already completed half of it. And, it's just so much. It helps you. It's a great way to spend time, especially with friends. This is me and Buddha's thing. I have my 2 best friends are Roth and Buddha. Me and Roth is talking. We love to talk to each other. So watch movies.
I didn't know that.
Watch movies or, comics. Those are our things. Me and Buddha
all around, I'm like this.
Definitely Destiny. We can do everything else, but Destiny 2 is definitely us.
Oh, yeah. It's and I as a person, and I'm going to sound kind of douchey saying this, but as a person who's played since Destiny 1 beta, I love when they do stuff that just it's making it more accessible to general audiences, everybody. I love when companies are doing consumer-focused ideas rather than money-focused ideas, because they don't seem to realize that a lot of times it goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's enjoyable to see a company doing that and making a world that I love more accessible to more people, because everyone should just be able to
actually, you know what? Hold on, let me put my gangster on. Bungie, I do have a gripe with you. I'm not a small dude. I know I play a small dude, but I'm not a small dude. Up the sizes on your shirts, because it really upsets me that I'll get a Triumph shirt and I go to order it and I can't. I earn that.
Lose weight.
Eat my ass.
Earn the shirt by losing weight.
I already earned the shirt.
No, you gotta earn the right to wear it then.
Look, I'll buy them up in a medium and stuff into it. And then come over and do videos in it. My movie's all like... But anywho, no, I thoroughly enjoy the game. It's a best friend game. Me and Buddha together, we're dope. Especially together.
It's really like this was Halo. Like,
Yeah.
God, you put us in a game, like...
We go off of each other. And then like if one of us is having an off game, the other one gets better. Like picks up the slack. Got you, homie. But yeah, so that's our review of, not really a review, our explanation and our love of the game Destiny 2. It was great doing a video with Buddha and seeing Roth play on his phone because he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Being the Buddha in this situation, because Buddha's normally doing the same thing. Like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Most of the time, no. Like, especially if it's like, starting with Savage Dragon stuff. It's like, what?
Oh, we don't know nothing about Savage Dragon, so.
I just know who makes it.
Right.
Y'all know certain things I have no clue, and that's majority of the conversations are just like, oh, y'all are talking about that thing now.
Yeah, but that helps to brown you. So, with that
Now
being said,
move. I'm not doing the exit intro, outro.
hold on, y'all.
Y'all still like me better, it's okay.
You killed Kane again.
They don't like you better anymore.
But I killed Aldrin again.
There you go. He's like weekend at Bernie's. All right. Well, Buddha, you're back in your normal spot. Roth's back. So this has been Randomness. This. I don't know. What's our outro? We got to find our outro.
Oh, but what's your... yeah, I don't know what you all were. B&B with B&B, but
we were R&R with B&B.
Oh. Our outro was join us next week for a little bit of R&R with...
No.
Wait.
For your weekly dose.
Oh, your weekly dose, yes.
What?
That's your face.
That was my face. We don't need that now because you remembered it.
I remembered it.
So that was...
We're doing slightly better than last week.
Right. That was our first, hopefully not last, edition of R&R with B&B.
Not as good as R&R with R&R.
I liked them both.
I'm biased.
But join us next week for your weekly dose of R&R with R&R. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, share, and any questions you have, especially over the game we just discussed, put in the comment section down below. Also at our Twitter, at Roth and Romelio. I did get that up and running. That's awesome. And hashtag RRWRR. He's Roth.
He's Romelio.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Come in here, Puddin'.
Okay, that's no, that's not gonna work.